Hello crafty friends, this is Amy. I've got one more Christmas video to show you. This will be my last one. Let's get started. And so this one is basically, I had a glass container, I had some wood pieces from Dollar Tree, and I went around the base to make it cute, added some Epsom salt and Christmas floral. And then I have a box of the lighted bottle toppers that I bought on Amazon for a project, and I ended up putting those in there, and so I'll link that below, but this was really fun, quick, and easy. I love how those little lights, you don't even know they're in there. I mean, you know they're in there because you light them, but they're just so fine. The wire is very fine, so it turns out really nice. DIY number 2. This is one of the peace signs that you get at Dollar Tree. I think they're long gone, but I did pick up a couple of those, and I'm just using some plastic, and this is a bag, a plastic bag I used, but preferably use saran wrap. And then you're going to cover it with this is just checked tissue paper that I picked up at this was at Hobby Lobby, and then you cover it with parchment paper and put a hot iron on it, and what it does is it melts that plastic underneath, and it adheres that tissue paper perfectly. And I am just using, some sanding, like a little emery board to sand away at the edges, and just sanding paper. And it takes a little time, especially if you use like the thicker plastic bag that I did. So I recommend using the saran wrap, and it goes a lot quicker because it's not as thick. This is the neatest little technique that I've used with applying these pretty images, tissue paper, to these wooden things, because it just does such a phenomenal job. It looks like something you'd buy in a store, I kid you not. And there it is. I love how it turned out. You could also use, if you had a very pretty napkin that you wanted to cover some wood with, you could do the same technique, just bring it down to one layer. DIY number 3 coming right up. This is just using this is our Trash to Treasure baking powder container. I took off the paper and then I covered it with felt, and that's kind of a cream color. You can get those, pretty cheap at Hobby Lobby or Michael's, and just covered it and glued it down with some hot glue. And then just stuffed some fiberfill, and I am making a little hat. This is a fat quarter I got from Walmart. Just eyeball it, make a little tube. And when I did this, I had too much fabric, so I had to cut it off. But you can kind of, sometimes when you're doing it, you just do it and you don't know how much you need. And I just gathered it at the top with some ribbon, and then I did snip the ends of it to give it a little cuteness. You could skip that if you chose. And then just taking a tube sock, and I've had a few uses out of this little tube sock, give it a little brim of the hat. And then I have some of these little black gems that you can pick up, in many places. It's mainly in the scrapbooking section. Those stuck on nicely, and then I'm just making a nose out of a paint stick. And then I painted that with the orange or the pumpkin color of Waverly chalk paint. and add in some white for some light shine, and just put a few little jingle bells on there. And to do the eyebrows, all I did was just have some string and Aleene's glue to stiffen them and just applied them, and they dried just fine. My little cute snowman turned out so cute, and it was little or nothing. It was just stuff I had on hand. DIY number 4. Now these are doing a few projects using my Arteza acrylic pens that they sent me. They were so kind to send me some products to, demonstrate, and I absolutely love these acrylic pens. So I'm doing a couple of techniques with these. So right now I'm just bringing down the acrylic paint, and they wrote just beautifully. And I want to point out that they've got a different type of tip on there. What was I trying to say? And so it was easy. I showed you how to change the tip, and it comes with all of it. They have 20 tips. There's 20 different colors, and it comes with this little gadget that you can pull it out with. It came out easily and went back in easily. You just have to push it down the tip so it draws in the color, the paint. And this little wreath I got at Walmart, and my intention was to put my little puppy dog's face in there. I didn't get quite that far, but I just went with it. I did end up covering up that little bow because to me it looked like a mad face. So I covered it up with some real ribbon, and just showing you how to change those tips. And using that other tip, then it made it so I could write a little more fine, fine tip, make those little swirls. So I also have one of the Dollar Tree snowmen. Now I tell you, when you see these things, you gotta pick them up. They go so fast. I just gave it an acrylic white paint base, and I used the acrylic pens from Arteza to do the nose and then the eyes and then the button that I'll put on there later. They worked like a charm. I really do like them. I happen to have access code, so if you were anytime wanting 10% off, it's good for once a month. You can use my channel name, Create with Amy 507, as the code, and it'll give you 10% off, and it's good forever as far as I know. Now I wanted to show you also, I took some of the paint from the pen and I used my stencil brush and I pulled the paint to make these cute little cheeks. It works good because you were able to puddle a little bit of the paint, and I'm just showing you how you can just pull that on there and make pretty rosy little cheeks. So painting is so much fun and relaxing, and when you get done, it's so bright and fun. I encourage you to, try your hand at painting. If you have these little paint pens, you can doodle with them. They're just a lot of fun. But I wanted to show you, you can actually, paint surfaces and they look perfect. Wishing you a very Merry Christmas, my friends. And well, let's hope our 2021 is a better year. Although I can think of many things that I am grateful for, we truly are blessed. And I pray that you all have a wonderful new year. So if you liked what you see, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to subscribe, that'd be perfect. I would appreciate it. You have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas. Bye-bye, my friends.